Hi guys, welcome to Opportunity Nanny. If this is your first time, please make sure you watch this video to the end, subscribe, and also like this video. You can also share and turn on your bell icon notification so you'll be notified whenever I post a video. To our returning subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around. Please make sure you like this video and also watch to the end. And don't forget, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, for those that are interested in still starting your degree this year, so a lot of people are thinking that it's already August, a lot of scholarship are already closed, which is true, but we still have some scholarship that are open. So now for this scholarship is in Italy, and you are going to be starting November of this year. That's November 2025. So if you're interested in it, I'm going to show you how to apply for this. But before we go into this video, Opportunity Nanny has launched a service to help people. You can take one-on-one consultation if you need any questions, or you're confused about your study abroad. We offer consultation, we offer document review like your SOP review, your CV review, research proposal review, just any document that you need review it. We also offer application support, so if you need help with applying, make sure you hit us on the contact down below, whether through our Gmail or through our WhatsApp number. We aim to reply within 24 hours to 48 hours, so make sure you do that. Now we are looking at fully funded PhD scholarship at Scuola Superiore Meridionale University. I'm just going to be calling it SSM because I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it well. So this scholarship is going to be offering fully funded scholarship for you. You're going to be getting a stipend, you're going to be getting research fees, and you're also going to be getting your full tuition covered, right? And the application deadline for this is 27th August 2025. Now let's just quickly click on the link to view the PhD application details. So once you click on this link, it's going to take you to this page. Now this page contains everything we need to know about this scholarship. Now the application deadline for this scholarship, as I showed you guys, is 27th August 2025. So you still have a bit of time to prepare if you're interested in this. Now this scholarship is offering 50 PhD scholarship for this year. And now this is how it is. This is showing you the scholarship, the acronym of the scholarship, the title, and the number of scholarship offered under this title, right? So you have to check and see, is this something I'm interested in? So we have one in Asian Mediterranean, clinical translation, cosmology. I'm just looking for one that I like. So I'm going to be clicking on global history and governance, right? Now the program duration is 4 years. The number of scholarship offered under this is 5. And this is the name of the coordinator, the email of the coordinator. So if you have any questions about the scholarship, you can always reach out to them and ask them. And now this is the web page. Now every scholarship have their own web page, so you want to make sure you check out the web page. And let's just go to the web page so I will see the details about the scholarship. So once you click on the global history scholarship, it's going to take you to this page. Now let's scroll up. Now this is the page for global history and governance. You're going to be reading about what the page in global history and governance is, what they are looking for. You can check the names of the coordinator, the scientific board. You can go and check them out, the professors that are on the scientific board, the advisory board of this department, the PhD alumni, so that's the former alumni of this program, the current PhD students. I think there's even a Nigerian person here. You can see the name of their former university, and it's very effective because you can always go online. You can go on LinkedIn and check them out. If you need any help or guidance, they can provide guidance for you. Your course requirements. So what is the requirement for this course? The course overview and timetable. So if you are selected, what is your timetable going to look like? Your coursework, your research, the dissertation submission guidelines. So how are you going to be submitting your dissertation? Workshop and conference, weekly research workshop, soft skills, modern and contemporary history, news and events, international collaboration. There's just a lot of information. So there's just a lot of information that is packed. So whichever area you want to apply for, make sure you go and read on that area and just understand what they are fully looking for. That will help you in your application, right? All right. So when we are done, we are going to be going back to that document, right? So we are going to be reading a lot about the scholarship. Now, successful candidates will receive a scholarship including social security contribution and additional research funding, right? So they are saying that your courses is going to be starting November 2nd, 2025, and they are going to be covering all your fees. The only thing is that you may be required to pay regional tax, and it is levied each year, but it's not a big sum of amount. You can take it from your stipend and pay. Now, the admission to this doctoral program is very competitive and is based on a competitive examination of all candidates and an evaluation of your documents. And if you are successful, they'll be shortlisting you for an oral interview, right? The program is designed to also test your research activities and just broaden doctoral student knowledge and prepare them for research. So that's what you do usually within the first year, and then you can now further your specialization in the specific scientific area. And they want to also test your ability to pursue independent research. So that's what you're going to be doing the first year. They're just breaking down your first semester, your second semester, and stuffs. So you can read that if you're interested. But let's just go right into admission requirements. So what will you be requiring to apply for this? Now, for this, you have to have a master's degree obtained from a foreign university or an Italian university. So you cannot have a PhD degree. If you have a PhD degree that is already a PhD qualification that was sponsored by an Italian university or Italian government, you cannot apply for this scholarship. If you have a non-Italian degree, don't worry, they're just going to satisfy the equivalent to an Italian degree, and then they are going to examine your document based on that. Now, if you don't have appropriate requirements, you can be excluded at any moment of the selection process. So you have to make sure that you have all your documents are up to date, because this is a competitive scholarship, right? Now, the application will only be allowed to be submitted based on this speaker link. I'm going to show you the link very soon and how to apply for that. Application received in any other form will not be considered, right? Now, the deadline for this scholarship, as I said, is 27th August 2025, but your referees have the chance to submit 2 days later. So the deadline for submission of your recommendation letter or your reference letter is 29th August 2025. So you have to make sure that you check up with your referees to be sure that they hit that deadline, right? Now, if you intend to apply for more than one PhD program, so out of those pages I showed you, you like 2 or 3, you have to apply multiple times. So, and separate application, so you can't lump all of them together. They are all separate applications if you want to apply for it, right? Now, what do you need to apply? You're going to be needing a copy of your valid identification document, so your passport, your ID, your CV. You have to make sure that you follow the template available here. So click on this link and check out the template of the CV and follow it. A copy of your master's thesis. Now, if you have not, because even if you have not gotten your master's degree yet, you are still allowed to apply for this if you are sure that by the date of the enrollment you would have completed your master's and gotten your master's degree. You can apply for it. So if you don't have a copy of your master's thesis yet, maybe you are still working on it, you should submit an extended copy of the abstract for your master's degree, and should not be more than 1,500 words, including bibliography and the source, right? They want you to also submit an abstract in Italian or in English of the master's thesis or of a comparable research experience, right? Then your transcript of record, you want to submit your transcript for your master's and your undergraduate. A personal statement, they want you to submit a personal statement not more than 1,000 words, discussing your research interests and the reason for applying for your chosen doctoral program. Now, you have to submit either a scientific report or a research proposal, right? Now, this is how you know. These codes I already showed you. Let me go back just so that you understand what I'm saying. Now, each of these PhD programs and the title under have their own codes, right? So whichever one you're applying for, you have to make sure that you are sure of the acronym. So your acronym, depending on your acronym, that will let us know whether you are going to be submitting a scientific report or a research proposal, right? Some you don't need to submit any of them. So if the acronym of any of your research title is one of these, you're going to be submitting a scientific report. So make sure that you just read it to look at what they are looking for. Now you're going to be submitting a research proposal if the acronym of what you're applying for is one of these, right? And they wrote about what you'll be needing in the to show in the research proposal. Just want to You're going to submit a research proposal on the topic, on the selected topic that you're applying for, right? And there's a lot of details and requirements that they are looking for, so you want to make sure you read this fully and apply for it. If you have any question about that, just hit me up. And as I told you guys, we offer research proposal review, so we can make sure that your research proposal is in line with this, or your scientific report is in line with this, if you need help with that. Now they need a copy of up to 3 scientific publication. So now they need copies of up to 3 scientific publication by the applicant if available. So don't worry, if you do not have publications, don't worry about it, you can still apply for it. You're also going to be signing a statement of veracity prepared using the template. So click on this template and you are going to be signing that. Now during the application, you are going to be asked for the names and contact details of 2 referees or 2 scholars to submit a recommendation letter for you in support of your application. So what is going to happen is that once you have submitted your application, they are going to be sending them an email with a template. So they are going to be filling that recommendation letter for you based on the template that is provided for them. So you want to make sure that you contact your referees to let them know that there's a template they're going to be sending. And remember that your referees have to submit, their deadline is 27th August. Right, so you have to make sure that they submit at that time. If not, that's going to affect your application. So what is the selection process? They're just telling us how they are going to be selecting and how they are going to be ranking. They're going to be ranking based on academic record and qualification, the your scientific report and research proposal, how aligned is it with the topic you're applying for, and also your personal statement. Then also, after you have gotten that, they're going to be calling you for an oral interview, and after the oral interview, they're now going to be deciding based on your performance whether you will be admitted or not. Said all candidates are required to demonstrate a good knowledge of at least 1 foreign language. Don't worry, if you don't know any foreign language and you just know English, you can apply for it, right? Although this a knowledge of a foreign language may help your application, but that should not discourage you, right? Now for specific PhD programs like the GEM, GHD and the rest, you have to have a good knowledge of English, right? They said a good knowledge of English is required. In this case, the interview may be conducted entirely in English, right? The selection committee will evaluate each candidate by assigning a score of a max of 100, and it will be divided for 60 points for academic records, qualification, scientific report or research proposal, 40 points for your performance at the oral interview, right? If you obtain a score of at least 40 points out of 60 for your academic record or scientific report, you'll be shortlisted and interviewed orally, right? So you can see the scoring. Your academic record and your research proposal contains a large amount of the marks, then 40% for your oral performance in the oral interview. Now for the ACMA and TTCL doctoral programs, Italian language is required for these research activities, right? So if you know you're applying for one of these ACMA or TTCL and you do not know Italian language, you cannot apply for it. You can go up and apply for one of these that is done entirely in English, but this one, non-Italian candidate, you have to show that you have the level of competence of Italian language, and if you don't have it, don't bother, don't apply, right? Now oral interview will be conducted from 17th September to 30th September. So if you are shortlisted, you'll be sent the date of your oral interview, right? Now the outcome of the evaluation and the list of candidates admitted to the oral interview and interview schedule will be published on this website. So make sure that by 16th September you can check out the website to see whether you are shortlisted for interviews. So this is just the interview and everything about this program. So now let's look at the scholarship, because I know people want details of what the scholarship entails. The scholarship is going to be for 4 years, right? And it's going to be renewed every year on the condition that you complete the program scheduled for the previous year, right? Now you're going to be giving you 19,000 euros yearly, and it's going to be provided in monthly installments throughout the duration of your program, which is 4 years, right? Now, if you have any research, anything about research that takes you abroad, you're going to be getting an additional monthly installment of 50%, right? So this extra funding is only going to be provided for more than 12 installments. So if you go around for more than 12 months, you may not, if you're abroad, studying abroad, or a research program abroad. When I mean abroad of your university, which is the university in Naples, that's the SSM university. If you have to leave there to go abroad for any research thing, any research work, you're going to be paid additional 50% increase of your stipends, right? Also, you cannot accept any other funding unless it is provided by other national or foreign institution to finance additional research or study abroad period, right? Now, an additional sum equals to 10% of the yearly amount of the PhD scholarship for the first year and 20% of the yearly amount of the PhD scholarship for each of the remaining 3 years will be allotted to each PhD student to cover research related expenditures, right? And the PhD students are required to enroll in the Gestin separator of the Italian National Social Security Institute. So don't worry, that one, when you get the scholarship, you can apply for all of this. I already told you about the fee that you have to pay, and now you can read about the rights and the rights and the obligation of PhD students. I don't know why it's scrolling down. Rights and obligation of PhD students. You can just read on that. But that's that for that. Let's go back and see if you're ready to apply. I already showed you. You can only apply through this Speaker portal. So once you click on this Speaker portal, it's going to take you to this page, right? Okay, it's going to take you to this page. This is what the page is going to look like. Now you're going to click on new registration, right? So when you click on new registration, you're going to see this. You can if you're only showing in Italian language, you can change it to English, right? Then you enter all this information, your password, fill your personal information, and then click on new registration, and they're going to send you a link, and then you can now apply and start the application process. Please make sure you remember the deadline for the scholarship, which is 25th August 2025, and your referees will have to fill in the template of the recommendation letter they sent to them by 27th August 2025. But I'll just encourage, it's better you submit on time. The earlier you submit, the earlier the link can be sent to your referees, and they'll get the link on time, because if you don't submit, they won't get the link, right? But even though, if you know that they have what it takes to quickly, if you are close to them and they can quickly, within 2 days do your reference letter or your recommendation letter using the templates, then please go ahead. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you need any of our services, please hit us in the comment section or on our phone number showed on this flyer, or through the email address showed here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye guys.